If you're over 60 and you're eating any of these 4 breakfast foods, you're literally aging yourself faster than you need to. I'm not talking about obvious junk food here. I'm talking about foods that your doctor might have even recommended, foods that have been marketed as healthy for decades, foods that are sitting in your kitchen right now destroying your energy, your memory, and your longevity from the inside out. Stay until the end, because what I'm about to reveal in the final minutes will completely change how you think about breakfast forever. This isn't just about food, this is about reclaiming the vitality you thought was gone. Shocking truth. Listen, I need to be completely honest with you about something that's going to make a lot of people uncomfortable. The breakfast industry has been lying to seniors for over 50 years. They've convinced an entire generation that certain foods are healthy when they're actually accelerating cognitive decline, muscle loss, and inflammation. And the worst part, these aren't random processed foods I'm talking about. These are foods that have been positioned as the cornerstone of a healthy senior diet. I've spent the last 15 years working with people over 60, watching them transform their health, their energy, their mental clarity, and honestly, their entire relationship with aging. And every single time, it starts with breakfast. Not dinner, not supplements, not exercise routines, breakfast. Because what you eat in the first hour of your day literally sets the biochemical tone for everything that follows. But here's what nobody talks about. Your body after 60 isn't the same body you had at 30 or 40. Your metabolism has fundamentally shifted. Your hormone production has changed. Your ability to process certain nutrients has evolved. Yet we're still eating like we're 35 years old, wondering why we feel tired, foggy, and weak. The truth is, most people over 60 are unknowingly eating a breakfast that's designed for a completely different stage of life. And it's not just about weight gain or blood sugar spikes. We're talking about foods that are literally stealing your mental sharpness, your physical strength, and your emotional resilience every single morning. Hidden damage. What I'm about to share with you is going to sound extreme, but I need you to understand the real consequences of getting breakfast wrong after 60. This isn't about vanity or fitting into old clothes. This is about the difference between feeling like you're slowly fading away versus feeling more vibrant and alive than you have in years. When you eat the wrong breakfast foods after 60, you're triggering what researchers call inflammaging, chronic, low-grade inflammation that accelerates every aspect of aging. Your brain starts producing less of the neurotransmitters that keep you sharp and emotionally balanced. Your muscles begin breaking down faster than they can rebuild. Your immune system becomes overworked and weak. Your sleep patterns get disrupted. Your mood becomes unstable. But here's the part that really breaks my heart. Most people think this is just normal aging. They accept the brain fog, the afternoon crashes, the joint stiffness, the emotional ups and downs as inevitable parts of getting older. They don't realize that their breakfast is literally programming their body to age faster than it needs to. I've seen 70-year-olds with more energy and mental clarity than 50-year-olds, and the difference almost always comes down to what they're eating in the morning. The human body is incredibly resilient even after 60, but it needs the right fuel to function optimally. Feed it the wrong things, and it starts breaking down. Feed it the right things, and it can actually start rebuilding and strengthening itself. The most heartbreaking part is watching people blame themselves for feeling tired or forgetful when they're actually doing everything they think they're supposed to do. They're following conventional wisdom, eating what they've been told is healthy, and then wondering why they feel worse instead of better. First destroyer. The first breakfast destroyer that's probably in your kitchen right now is going to shock you because it's been marketed as heart healthy for decades. I'm talking about instant oatmeal, especially the flavored varieties. Now, before you stop listening because you think oatmeal is obviously healthy, let me explain why this particular form of oats is devastating for people over 60. Instant oatmeal has been processed to the point where it behaves more like sugar than fiber in your body. The moment it hits your digestive system, it breaks down rapidly, causing a massive spike in blood glucose. For someone over 60 whose insulin sensitivity has naturally decreased with age, this creates a perfect storm of metabolic dysfunction. But here's what's even worse. The blood sugar spike is followed by an inevitable crash. That crash doesn't just make you hungry again in 2 hours. It triggers cortisol release, which breaks down muscle tissue. It impairs cognitive function for the rest of the morning. It disrupts your body's natural fat-burning mechanisms. And it sets you up for cravings and energy instability all day long. The flavored versions are even more problematic because they're loaded with artificial sweeteners, preservatives, and inflammatory seed oils that your aging digestive system struggles to process. These additives create oxidative stress in your cells, contributing to accelerated aging and increased risk of chronic disease. I've had clients who were eating instant oatmeal every morning for years, wondering why they felt exhausted by 10 a.m. and couldn't concentrate during their morning activities. Within 2 weeks of switching to a proper breakfast, they had sustained energy, mental clarity, and stable moods throughout the entire day. The tragedy is that these people thought they were doing something healthy. They chose oatmeal over donuts or sugary cereals, not realizing that instant oatmeal was creating many of the same metabolic problems. The food industry has been brilliant at positioning processed, convenient foods as healthy options, especially for seniors who are looking for easy breakfast solutions. Second destroyer. The second breakfast destroyer is even more insidious because it's often recommended by healthcare professionals. I'm talking about fruit juice, including the ones marketed as 100% natural with no added sugar. This is going to be controversial, but fruit juice is one of the worst things a person over 60 can consume first thing in the morning. When you drink fruit juice, even the healthy kinds, you're essentially mainlining fructose into your system without any of the fiber, protein, or fat that would slow down absorption. Your liver, which is already working harder in your 60s to process toxins and maintain metabolic function, gets overwhelmed trying to convert all that fructose. The result is something called non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, which is becoming epidemic among seniors. Your liver starts storing excess sugar as fat, which impairs its ability to perform its hundreds of other crucial functions. This leads to fatigue, brain fog, hormonal imbalances, and difficulty losing weight. But the real kicker is what fruit juice does to your appetite regulation. The fructose bypasses your body's natural satiety signals, so you don't feel full despite consuming hundreds of calories. Worse, it actually triggers increased hunger and cravings for more sweet foods throughout the day. I've worked with people who were drinking a large glass of orange juice every morning, thinking they were getting vitamin C and starting their day healthy. They couldn't understand why they were gaining weight, feeling tired, and craving sugar all day. When we eliminated the juice and replaced those calories with protein and healthy fats, the transformation was dramatic and immediate. The marketing around fruit juice has been so effective that people genuinely believe they're making a healthy choice. They see 100% fruit juice and natural on the label and assume it's equivalent to eating whole fruit. But removing the fiber from fruit fundamentally changes how your body processes it, turning a healthy food into something that creates metabolic chaos. Even worse, many seniors drink fruit juice thinking it's helping them get their daily fruit servings, not realizing that 1 glass of juice contains the sugar equivalent of 4 to 6 whole fruits without any of the beneficial fiber, antioxidants, or satiety that come with eating whole fruit. Third destroyer. The third breakfast destroyer is going to make a lot of people angry because it's been positioned as the ultimate health food for seniors. I'm talking about low-fat yogurt, especially the ones with added fruit or those marketed specifically for seniors with added probiotics and calcium. Here's what the food industry doesn't want you to know. When they remove fat from yogurt, they have to replace it with something to make it taste good. That something is usually sugar, high fructose corn syrup, or artificial sweeteners. The result is a product that spikes your blood sugar just as much as ice cream while providing very little nutritional value. But the problems with low-fat yogurt go much deeper than just the added sugars. Fat is essential for hormone production, especially after 60 when your natural hormone levels are declining. When you consistently eat low-fat foods, you're depriving your body of the building blocks it needs to maintain healthy testosterone, estrogen, progesterone, and other crucial hormones. The lack of fat also means you're not absorbing the fat-soluble vitamins in your breakfast. Vitamins A, D, E, and K all require fat for absorption. So even if you're taking supplements or eating nutrient-rich foods, without adequate fat intake, you're likely becoming deficient in these crucial nutrients. Moreover, low-fat yogurt doesn't provide the satiety that comes from protein and fat working together. You'll be hungry again within an hour or two, leading to snacking, overeating, and blood sugar instability throughout the day. The fruit-flavored versions are even worse because they often contain more sugar than actual fruit, along with artificial colors, flavors, and preservatives that create inflammation in your aging digestive system. I've seen people eating what they thought was a healthy, protein-rich breakfast, not realizing they were essentially having dessert for breakfast every day. The probiotic claims on many of these yogurts are largely marketing hype. Most of the beneficial bacteria don't survive the processing and packaging, and even if they did, the high sugar content creates an environment in your gut that favors harmful bacteria over beneficial ones. Fourth destroyer. The fourth and final breakfast destroyer is the most heartbreaking because it represents everything wrong with how we think about senior nutrition. I'm talking about meal replacement shakes and protein powders specifically marketed to seniors, especially the ones positioned as convenient, complete nutrition for busy older adults. These products are essentially liquid candy with some synthetic vitamins thrown in. They're designed to be convenient and taste good, not to provide genuine nutrition. The protein is usually heavily processed whey or soy that's difficult for aging digestive systems to properly utilize. The carbohydrates come from cheap fillers like maltodextrin, which spikes blood sugar faster than pure glucose. But here's what's really insidious about these products. They're marketed to people who are genuinely trying to take care of their health. The packaging talks about supporting muscle mass, bone health, and cognitive function. The reality is that these shakes are doing the opposite of all those things. The synthetic vitamins in these shakes are poorly absorbed and can actually interfere with your body's ability to absorb vitamins from real food. The artificial sweeteners disrupt your gut bacteria and can cause digestive issues, headaches, and mood swings. The preservatives and stabilizers create low-grade inflammation that accelerates aging. Most importantly, these shakes replace real food, which means you're missing out on the thousands of beneficial compounds found in whole foods. You're not getting the fiber, the antioxidants, the minerals, the healthy fats, or the complex proteins that your body needs to thrive after 60. I've worked with people who were having one of these shakes for breakfast every day, wondering why they felt weak, hungry, and mentally foggy all morning. Their blood work showed deficiencies in multiple nutrients despite consuming a product that claimed to provide complete nutrition. The convenience factor is what makes these products so appealing, especially to seniors who might have mobility issues or limited energy for food preparation. But the long-term cost to health and vitality far outweighs any short-term convenience. Body rebellion. Now that you understand what these 4 breakfast destroyers are doing to your body, let me paint a picture of what your typical morning probably looks like if you're eating any of these foods. You wake up feeling okay, maybe a little stiff or tired, but that seems normal for your age. You have your instant oatmeal or low-fat yogurt or meal replacement shake, maybe with a glass of juice, thinking you're starting your day with proper nutrition. Within 30 minutes, your blood sugar spikes dramatically. Your pancreas starts pumping out insulin to deal with the sugar overload. Your stress hormones begin rising because your body perceives this blood sugar spike as a threat. Your brain starts producing less of the neurotransmitters that keep you alert and focused. By 10 a.m., the blood sugar crash hits. You feel tired, maybe a little shaky or irritable. You might crave something sweet or caffeinated. Your concentration starts to waver. You might blame this on not sleeping well or just getting older, not realizing it's directly connected to what you ate for breakfast. Meanwhile, the inflammatory response triggered by your breakfast is coursing through your body. Your joints start feeling a little stiffer, your digestion becomes sluggish, your immune system is working overtime to deal with the oxidative stress from processed foods and artificial ingredients. By lunchtime, you're genuinely hungry, but your appetite regulation is so disrupted that you're craving more processed, high-sugar foods. You eat lunch, get another blood sugar spike and crash, and the cycle continues throughout the day. By evening, you're exhausted, but your cortisol levels are still elevated from the day's blood sugar roller coaster, so you might have trouble falling asleep. You toss and turn, wake up tired, and the whole destructive cycle starts again the next morning. This isn't aging, this is your body responding to the wrong fuel. The tragedy is that most people accept this as their new normal, not realizing they have the power to change it completely just by changing what they eat for breakfast. Perfect fuel. Now let me share with you the 4 breakfast foods that can literally reverse this entire process and help you feel more energetic, mentally sharp, and physically strong than you have in years. These aren't exotic superfoods or expensive supplements. They're simple, real foods that work with your body's natural processes instead of against them. But before I reveal these 4 foods, I need you to understand something crucial about nutrition after 60. Your body's needs have changed, and trying to eat like you did at 30 or following generic health advice is setting you up for failure. After 60, you need more protein per pound of body weight to maintain muscle mass. You need more healthy fats to support hormone production and brain function. You need fewer carbohydrates, and the ones you do eat need to be high in fiber and nutrients. Most importantly, you need to eat in a way that supports stable blood sugar, reduces inflammation, and provides sustained energy throughout the day. The 4 foods I'm about to share do exactly that, and they work synergistically to optimize your metabolism, cognitive function, and overall vitality. These foods aren't just about avoiding the negative effects of the breakfast destroyers. They actively support healthy aging by providing your body with the specific nutrients it needs to repair, rebuild, and thrive after 60. First builder. The first breakfast builder that should be the foundation of every morning after 60 is pasture-raised eggs, and I mean the whole egg, not just the whites that have been pushed on seniors for decades. Eggs are literally nature's perfect protein source, containing all 9 essential amino acids in the exact ratios your body needs to build and maintain muscle mass. But here's what makes eggs especially crucial after 60. The yolks contain choline, which is essential for brain function and memory. Most seniors are severely deficient in choline, which contributes to cognitive decline and mood issues. The yolks also contain lutein and zeaxanthin, which protect your eyes from age-related diseases like macular degeneration. The healthy fats in egg yolks provide sustained energy without spiking blood sugar. They also help your body absorb fat-soluble vitamins and support hormone production. The combination of high-quality protein and healthy fats keeps you satisfied for hours, preventing the mid-morning energy crashes and cravings that come from carbohydrate-heavy breakfasts. But not all eggs are created equal. Pasture-raised eggs from chickens that actually roam on grass and eat their natural diet contain significantly higher levels of omega-3 fatty acids, vitamin E, and beta-carotene compared to conventional eggs. They're also free from the antibiotics and hormones that can disrupt your body's natural processes. I recommend starting with 2 or 3 whole eggs prepared however you enjoy them, scrambled, over easy, poached, or in an omelette with vegetables. The key is to not overcook them, as high heat can damage some of the beneficial compounds. The transformation people experience when they start their day with eggs instead of processed carbohydrates is remarkable. Within days, they report more stable energy, better concentration, reduced cravings, and improved mood throughout the morning. Second builder. The second breakfast builder that most seniors are severely lacking is wild-caught fatty fish, particularly salmon, sardines, or mackerel. I know this might sound unusual for breakfast, but in many cultures, fish is a common morning food, and there's incredible wisdom in this practice. Fatty fish provides the highest quality protein available, with a complete amino acid profile that's easily absorbed and utilized by aging muscles. But the real magic is in the omega-3 fatty acids, EPA and DHA, which are absolutely crucial for brain health, heart health, and reducing inflammation throughout your body. After 60, your body's ability to convert plant-based omega-3s into the active forms EPA and DHA is severely limited. This means you need to get these crucial fats directly from fish or high-quality supplements. The anti-inflammatory effects of these omega-3s can literally reverse years of chronic inflammation that's been accelerating your aging process. The protein in fatty fish also helps maintain and build muscle mass, which is critical after 60 when you naturally lose muscle mass at an accelerating rate. This isn't just about strength. Muscle tissue is metabolically active, meaning it burns calories even at rest and helps maintain healthy blood sugar levels. You don't need a large portion. 3 to 4 ounces of wild-caught salmon or a small tin of sardines provides everything you need. You can eat it cold over greens, warm it up with some vegetables, or even incorporate it into an omelette. I understand that fish for breakfast might seem strange if you're used to traditional American breakfast foods, but I encourage you to be open-minded. The cultures with the longest lifespans and healthiest aging populations often include fish as a regular part of their morning routine. Third builder. The third breakfast builder is something that's been demonized by decades of bad nutritional advice, but it's absolutely essential for healthy aging: avocados. The monounsaturated fats in avocados are exactly what your brain and hormones need to function optimally after 60. Avocados are unique because they are one of the few foods that are primarily fat, but also contain significant amounts of fiber, potassium, and folate. The fiber helps stabilize blood sugar and supports healthy digestion. The potassium is crucial for heart health and blood pressure regulation. The folate supports cognitive function and mood stability. But here's what makes avocados especially powerful for seniors. They dramatically increase the absorption of fat-soluble vitamins and antioxidants from other foods. When you eat avocado with vegetables, your body absorbs 5 to 15 times more beneficial compounds compared to eating those same vegetables without fat. The monounsaturated fats in avocados also support healthy cholesterol levels and reduce inflammation throughout your body. They provide sustained energy without any blood sugar impact, helping you feel satisfied and energetic for hours. Half of a medium avocado provides all the healthy fat you need for breakfast, along with fiber and nutrients that most seniors are lacking. You can eat it sliced with your eggs, mashed with some sea salt and pepper, or blended into a smoothie with protein powder and leafy greens. The satiety factor of avocados is remarkable. People who include avocado in their breakfast consistently report feeling satisfied until lunch, without any cravings or energy dips. This alone can transform your entire relationship with food and hunger throughout the day. Fourth builder. The fourth and final breakfast builder is going to surprise you because it's often avoided by people trying to eat healthy. Full-fat dairy from grass-fed animals, particularly Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, or raw milk cheese. I'm not talking about the processed, low-fat versions I warned you about earlier. I'm talking about real, traditional dairy products from animals that eat their natural diet. Full-fat dairy from grass-fed animals is completely different from conventional dairy products. It contains higher levels of omega-3 fatty acids, vitamin K2, and conjugated linoleic acid, CLA, which supports healthy body composition and reduces inflammation. The fat in grass-fed dairy is actually beneficial for heart health and hormone production. Greek yogurt in particular provides an incredible amount of protein, often 15 to 20 grams per serving, along with probiotics that support digestive health. But you must choose the plain, full-fat versions and add your own flavoring with berries, nuts, or a small amount of raw honey. The combination of protein, fat, and probiotics in real dairy products supports stable blood sugar, sustained energy, and healthy digestion. The calcium and vitamin K2 work together to support bone health, which is crucial for preventing osteoporosis and fractures after 60. Raw milk cheeses, if you can find them, provide additional enzymes and beneficial bacteria that support overall health. Even if you've had issues with dairy in the past, you might find that high-quality, full-fat dairy from grass-fed animals is completely different and doesn't cause the same problems. A small serving of full-fat Greek yogurt with some berries and nuts, or a piece of raw milk cheese with your eggs, provides the perfect finishing touch to a breakfast that will keep you energized and satisfied all morning. Synergistic power. Now here's where the magic really happens. When you combine these 4 breakfast builders together, they create a synergistic effect that's greater than the sum of their parts. The high-quality protein from eggs and fish provides all the amino acids your muscles need to rebuild and strengthen overnight. The healthy fats from avocados and dairy support hormone production and brain function while providing sustained energy. The combination of protein and fat together creates the most stable blood sugar response possible, preventing the energy crashes and cravings that plague most seniors throughout the day. This stable blood sugar also supports better mood, clearer thinking, and improved stress resilience. The anti-inflammatory compounds in these foods work together to reduce chronic inflammation throughout your body, which is the root cause of most age-related diseases and the general feeling of stiffness, pain, and fatigue that many people accept as normal aging. A perfect breakfast might include 2 eggs cooked in grass-fed butter, half an avocado with sea salt, and a small portion of smoked salmon or a few ounces of full-fat Greek yogurt with berries. This combination provides everything your body needs to thrive, nothing it doesn't, and keeps you satisfied and energized for 4 to 6 hours. The beauty of this approach is that it's simple, sustainable, and actually enjoyable. You're not counting calories or restricting yourself. You're just eating real food that supports your body's natural processes instead of working against them. Transformation timeline. Let me tell you exactly what you can expect when you make this shift from breakfast destroyers to breakfast builders. The timeline of transformation is predictable and dramatic, and understanding it will help you stay motivated during the first few weeks as your body adjusts. Day 1-3. You'll notice that you're not hungry mid-morning like you used to be. The 10 a.m. energy crash disappears, and you feel more mentally clear and focused throughout the morning. You might also sleep better because your blood sugar is more stable throughout the day. Week 1. Your cravings for sweet and processed foods start to diminish significantly. You'll find yourself naturally making better food choices throughout the day because your appetite regulation is improving. Your mood becomes more stable, and you feel more emotionally resilient. Week 2-3. Your energy levels start to stabilize at a higher baseline. You wake up feeling more rested, and you maintain steady energy throughout the day without the peaks and crashes you're used to. Your digestion improves, and you might notice less bloating and discomfort after meals. Month 1. This is where the real transformation becomes apparent. Your body composition starts to change as you lose excess body fat while maintaining muscle mass. Your skin looks clearer and more vibrant. Your mental clarity is noticeably sharper, and you feel more confident and positive about your health. Month 2-3. The anti-inflammatory effects become really apparent. Joint stiffness and pain decrease significantly. Your immune system strengthens, and you might notice you're getting sick less often. Your blood pressure and cholesterol levels start to improve if they were elevated. Month 6 and beyond. This is when people tell me they feel like they've turned back the clock 10-15 years. They have energy for activities they thought they were too old for. Their minds are sharp and clear. They feel strong and confident in their bodies. They realize that what they thought was inevitable aging was actually just the result of eating the wrong foods. Hidden enemies. But I need to warn you about the hidden enemies that will try to sabotage your transformation. The first enemy is convenience culture. We live in a society that prioritizes convenience over health, and nowhere is this more apparent than in breakfast foods. Every processed food company wants you to believe that you don't have time to prepare real food, that you need their convenient products to maintain your busy lifestyle. The truth is, preparing a real food breakfast takes no more time than opening a package of instant oatmeal or pouring a bowl of cereal. Scrambling 2 eggs takes 3 minutes. Slicing an avocado takes 30 seconds. The convenience excuse is just that, an excuse that keeps you trapped in cycles of poor health. The second enemy is outdated nutritional advice that's still being promoted by many healthcare professionals who haven't updated their knowledge in decades. The low-fat, high-carbohydrate diet that was promoted in the 1980s and 1990s has been thoroughly debunked by modern research, yet many doctors and nutritionists are still recommending it, especially for seniors. You might even face resistance from your own doctor when you change your diet to include more fat and fewer carbohydrates. Be prepared to advocate for yourself and request updated blood work to show the improvements in your health markers. The third enemy is social pressure from family and friends who are still eating the standard American diet. They might tell you that you're being extreme or that you don't need to worry about your diet at your age. They might even feel threatened by your commitment to health because it highlights their own poor choices. Remember that your health is your responsibility, and the choices you make today will determine how you feel and function for the rest of your life. Don't let anyone convince you that pursuing optimal health is somehow inappropriate or unnecessary at your age. Deeper truth. Here's a deeper truth that most people never realize. The way you eat breakfast isn't just about nutrition. It's about your relationship with aging itself. When you start your day with processed convenience foods, you're unconsciously accepting the narrative that you're too old, too tired, or too set in your ways to prioritize your health. When you choose to prepare real food, to invest a few extra minutes in nourishing your body properly, you're making a powerful statement about your commitment to vitality and longevity. You're rejecting the cultural narrative that decline is inevitable and choosing to actively participate in your own health and well-being. This shift in mindset is just as important as the nutritional changes themselves. When you start treating your body like it deserves the best fuel available, when you prioritize your health and vitality over convenience and habit, you begin to see yourself differently. You start to believe that you deserve to feel good, that you have control over how you age, that your best years might actually still be ahead of you. The breakfast changes I've outlined aren't just about avoiding disease or managing symptoms. They're about optimizing your potential, maximizing your vitality, and creating a foundation for the most vibrant, energetic, and fulfilling years of your life. Final truth. Here's the final truth I promised you at the beginning, and this is the insight that changes everything. Most people think that aging is about slow decline, that after 60, it's all about managing deterioration and accepting limitations. But the latest research in longevity and healthy aging shows us something completely different. Your body after 60 has incredible potential for renewal, rebuilding, and revitalization. Your brain can form new neural pathways, your muscles can become stronger, your energy can increase, your immune system can become more robust. Your mood and mental clarity can improve dramatically, but only if you give your body the right tools. The 4 breakfast destroyers I talked about today aren't just preventing you from feeling good, they're actively blocking your body's natural ability to heal, rebuild, and thrive. Every morning you eat instant oatmeal, fruit juice, low-fat yogurt, or meal replacement shakes, you're essentially telling your body that decline is acceptable, that you've given up on feeling truly vibrant and alive. But when you choose the 4 breakfast builders, real eggs, fatty fish, avocados, and full-fat dairy, you're giving your body a completely different message. You're saying that you expect to feel energetic, that you deserve mental clarity, that you're committed to strength and vitality for decades to come. This isn't just about adding years to your life, it's about adding life to your years. It's about waking up excited about your day instead of dreading it. It's about having the energy for adventures, relationships, and experiences that make life meaningful. It's about feeling proud of your body and confident in your abilities instead of constantly battling fatigue, brain fog, and physical limitations. The choice you make tomorrow morning will either move you closer to decline or closer to vitality. There's no neutral ground. Every breakfast is either supporting your potential or limiting it. Every meal is either feeding vitality or feeding decline.